Good afternoon, everybody. How are you? I hope you have had the most beautiful summer break. I'm really, really delighted to be sharing the super special edition of The Art of Enough. It's a new series that we have created to explore how women are redefining wealth ownership and legacy. And I'm so delighted to be joined by the brilliant Alice Van Cal this afternoon for an intimate conversation where she will share more about intentionality, her mission, and her essence and her belief systems, and how she is exploring what wealth means to her in terms of legacy and creation. So she is an intentional fine jeweler, but I'm going to let her speak for herself and tell us a little bit more about her. So hi, Alice. Thank you so much for being here. Really, really loved having you here.
Hi, Lottie. Thank you so much for having me, and thank you all for joining us today. I have no idea how many we are today, if we are two or if we are 200, but I prefer not knowing because either way, it makes me nervous. So it's very good this way.
Yeah.
So let me tell you a little bit about myself. I started a brand called Van Cal 7 years ago. I'm a mom of three. And as I might have told you previously, Lottie, I find with every pregnancy and every birth, a gift comes with. My oldest son brought me self-confidence and the sparkle I was missing to start to have my own brand. When he was 6 months old, I launched Van Cal. So it's been 7 years ago already, which is crazy how time goes fast. And previously from that, I've been doing bespoke jewelry from 13 years ago now. When I moved into London, when I was just 22, I started working at the Baume & Mercier, which was part of the Richemont Group. And just like in the building where was my office, there was also one of the Cartier workshop. And the head of the workshop really took me under his wings. And that's really how I discovered and understood how much can be done through metal, through gold, and basically just taking those little gems from earth and enhancing them through our jewelry creation.
I love that
So
idea of enhancement as well. I think that's something you do so beautifully is you take something and you elevate it and, as you say, in enhancing it. But I guess, what does enough mean to you? This is what we're really exploring today, is this notion of enough, both
yeah,
as a designer and as a woman.
yes, and thank you for bringing this story because, like, of course, I'm talking today, but it's something I would love to hear from other perspective. I think enough is a very current subject. I'm not sure I have the answer, but I will share what it means to me. It means now. When I say now, is in the sense that enough is only what we have right now. We have our past, which generally is quite traumatic. We walk through it to become who we are right now, and we have no idea what the future holds. So right now, the minute I'm talking to you is all I know, and is all I know is enough. So of course that means my relationship, how I spend my time, where we live, what we do, but all we have is now, and this is where the enough stands into.
Yeah, I think that's really beautiful. And being present as well, exactly as you say, all we have is now. So
Absolutely.
And I think as well, using your jewelry to cement this notion of permanency is really wonderful. And we know that jewelry often marks life's most intimate moments, births, deaths, legacy. How do you see your work as a bridge between the emotional and financial realms of value?
Well, it's very interesting you bringing that question and how intricate it is with the idea of enough, because to me
Mm,
the bridge is to make sure that we are emotionally connected to our financial decision. So when you speak about a bridge between a decision that is both financial and emotional, is really for me to make sure that whatever you decide to spend your money into in terms of financially, would you put your enough intention and mindfulness in it to be sure that basically whatever you wear on you is your best friend and a reminder of where you want to go to. So to me, it's especially important in the sense that every single piece we create has an important story behind that can really bring tools to the people who wears it, that brings sparkle and help them in their own life journey.
Mm.
So the enough and the financial and the emotional bridge can all come together as long as we make sure that we decide to wear something that makes sense. Like, I can give you an example. Here I'm wearing
Mm.
the different bracelet. I have here the union bracelet, which is really one of our signature piece. What does it mean? It means that you have here the two outsider lines. It's very hard to see, but I hope you can see.
No, yeah, it's
Um,
beautiful.
are made of two people. So it could be you and me, our relationship. It could be you and your partner. It could be me as a mom with one of my son. But it's basically two people. And in between is the path that we build together. It's how we communicate and we remain respectful towards each other, but also towards oneself, because we are only oneself. And very often in any relationship, we tend to lose ourselves to please the other. And I think it's so important to have a reminder to stand for what we stand for and to be there for ourselves. So this is
Mm.
just the story of one collection. Every single collection, every single stone we use have a different story. If anyone has a question about it, please feel free to connect with me directly. I would love to answer, or everything can be found on our website, because otherwise we will spend a lot of time to talk about every one of
Oh,
them. But yeah, I hope that answer your question.
no, I think that's beautiful as well, and that idea of you walking along together as a journey, and the symbolism. You are really brilliant at crafting symbolic jewelry. That's what you're known for, is setting intentions and then crafting it, and it being bespoke as well. You do have your set collections, but you are really one for making sure that it is right for the wearer, and I think that's one of your particular skills.
Absolutely. I love doing bespoke, and I feel really honored when people contact us to say, listen, this really is a piece that stayed in our family. We want to change the way it looks, but we really trust you to infuse into it even more intention. And this is when I'm like, yes, mission accomplished. Like, they understand, they got it, they realize how much wearing something every day makes a difference to oneself. Um, but also, I love so much designing bespoke because it's always about special moments of life. And for me, really giving those tools to find a way to, whatever our journey is, to be the best version of ourselves, but to grow, to enjoy life, to enjoy every second of it, even when there are challenges. And God knows how many challenges we have in one lifetime. But um, whenever I can do bespoke, sometimes I'm not really commercial because all I want is really to keep my clients happy. So it might not be the best for us as a company, but for the clients, like, I can see the smile, I can see the sparkles, and I'm like, that's
That's the intention is set and you've delivered. And I think that's
mm,
really nice there when you just mentioned about how jewelry is passed down through generations, and thinking about this legacy versus trends. How do you approach that if somebody can't, is like, I want something that looks like this because it is
mm.
trendy? What's your take on that?
Well, it's really interesting you're asking that, Lottie. And for us, we have quite a different strategy in the sense we actually don't want to be trendy. So it's
Mm.
really important to be, to be timeless, to be elegant, and to stand the, help me with the expression, to
Test of
stand the,
time.
thank you.
Test of time.
Thank you. Also with the material we use. So that's why for me it's so important to really, I feel we are just the cook. The ingredients are coming from earth. So all we do is just putting them together, making sure the person who wears it really can feel what it brings to them. But being trendy is really not something we're looking for. We did launch our new collection this summer called the Wish Collection. I think you might have seen it. I'm wearing this necklace, in which we are using different material in order to still brings those intention, still brings that mindfulness to the wearer with special
Mm-hmm.
work. We do bring some crystal beads in some of them, so there is a bit more of rough material. But as much as this is more the summer collection, and therefore the price is also more affordable, if I
Mm-hmm.
can say so, the fine jewelry, for the fine jewelry is very, very important that what we do is something you will cherish now, you will cherish in 10 years, and your daughter will want to steal it from you, which also is something I love hearing when
I
clients are
think
like,
that's brilliant. That's
I just
such a
want it, but my
compliment.
daughter stole it from me. I'm like, hmm, you have good taste. Your daughter has good taste. It's good, you know?
Yeah,
I love
it's a huge, huge compliment. Buy something that your daughter will steal from you is the
mm,
perfect mantra for you.
I love
But
it.
tell us a bit more about designing with intention, because you are all about intention. How where do your designs come
Absolutely.
from?
So every single piece is designed with a purpose.
Mm,
And I would say that, you know, so much so that it's not you who will choose your piece of jewelry. The piece of jewelry will choose its wearer because it will know what the people need to wear right now.
mm,
I can give you more examples. So, for example, here I'm wearing the anima necklace, and I felt I really want to create something that will help its wearer to become the best version of themselves. But again, who am I? I'm absolutely no one to tell them how to be and what to do. All I can do is give them a reminder, something to cherish their wear every day and infused into themselves the answers, like it whispers. So, for example, the anima in the middle here, it comes in many different options, stones, shapes, color of gold. But here I'm wearing the rose gold with the diamond in the middle. The diamond is, speaking of now, who we are right now, the person I
mm,
am now, who I've been and who I'm becoming. And on the bottom, you have that chain here with 7 little stones, which represents the chakra.
oh,
Every design has 7 different stones. Like, for example, here is diamonds, pink sapphires, and maybe a garnet. The other one have different stones. The idea is that depending of where is the need, it will resonate differently in the body. And so it stands
mm,
close to your heart in order to either let go of something or in like focus on something
mhm,
in
mhm.
order to get where
Channel.
you go to channel. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I wonder.
Um,
Yes.
so intention for me is really everything. So much so we're coming even with more product that might not be fine jewelry, but to make sure that we truly want the best for our clients. We truly want to infuse everything with intention and love. And yeah, to bring some sparkle into this wonderful world.
Oh, I love that. Bring sparkle in. And actually, that leads quite nicely onto something that I wanted to come into with you is, how can jewelry play the role in teaching us about enough? So that's one part of it. But then also navigating the tension between luxury as either aspirational or values. So I think those kind of merge in together.
Okay. So let me reply to that in 2 steps.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
First of all, I would say you need to choose something that makes sense to you.
Hmm.
Um, don't follow trends. Like, I think when you want a piece of jewelry that's enough, of course, we all love the love bracelets from Cartier, but it's a trend. Does it actually make sense? Like, does it make sense for you to lock something on you? Who gives it to you? Do you buy it for yourself? I don't know. It's just like really take the time to answer to those questions and don't just fall into a trend. When it's enough, it's something you really fell for. It's something that really resonates in you. Now, your question about aspiration. Sorry, remind me what you said. You
So
said
the tension
luxury
between
aspiration.
luxury as aspiration or in alignment with values.
So that's super interesting, Lottie. I would say that it's not about comparing, it's not about attention, it's about a balance in between. I think aspiration is really essential because otherwise you lose all motivation. But also, it's not all. So, having the bag you dream for, have it as an aspiration. I think it's very important to motivate yourself. But also, this is not all. And I think lately people might have lost themselves into that, while before it was more exclusive, now it's more mainstream. And to look for something, to have the aspiration of something is really essential, but also to find the intention behind makes it having sense. Do I make sense now?
But again, it goes back to, is this who I am, or is this who I want to project?
Yes.
It's a
And
lot of people will follow trends because they want to feel part of a group. They want to feel accepted. They don't want to, challenge themselves too much, perhaps, but actually having the courage to be individual and having intention with what you're doing is very powerful.
absolutely. It's powerful, and I think it's not always easy. You don't need to stand out, but you just need to listen your inner voice. It's not an easy job to get there. But again, I will say that aspiration is essential. Otherwise,
Yeah.
what do you
Otherwise, you
wake
get
up for?
stagnant. Otherwise, it's
Excuse
very.
me?
Otherwise, it's stagnant.
Absolutely, but also, when you speak about luxury, it's quite broad. It's aspiration for experience, aspiration for something materialistic, aspiration for where to live.
Yeah.
Do you want a flat? Do you want a villa? Do you want, like, it's so much about it, and I think it's really essential. So when people say, "Oh, we don't need that," I think we need that. It's very important.
It's healthy, I think. And actually that ties in really nicely with my next question, which is what
Mhm.
lessons have you learned about the emotional weight of inheritance and what people do truly treasure?
That's a very good question. I love all your questions, Lottie. You're spot on. Um, so let me share with you then a story to answer to this one.
Mm,
It's my birthday on Saturday, and last Saturday we went for dinner with my husband. Really didn't want to go, but we went. I wanted to spend time with the children, and I
mhm,
promised them I'll come back home on time to put you to bed, which we did. It was late, but we did. And when we arrived home, they jumped on me and they were like, "Mommy, look, look, look." Sorry, just to explain, the baby was sleeping already. The two
uh-huh.
oldest, which are 5 and 7, were waiting for me. And they're like, "Look, we did a surprise for you." And they each had three beautiful drawing and piece of art they made. I don't have them with me because they're at Cap Farah, but and my favorite piece was my Josh, my oldest, who put on a big piece of paper, A4, J plus A equal heart. And I was like, this I will cherish. This will be on my wall forever. And I think that when you speak about what people truly treasure, is that it's when there is real love, real intention
Mm,
to what someone creates. And again, I feel I'm repeating myself, but it's only the truth and it's only authentic. This is exactly what we create at Van Kel. This is exactly what we put in every piece. It's that intention and love that, of course, it won't be someone so close in the family that creates it, but we want to be sure that everyone feels hugged by what they
yeah.
wear. They feel the intention, they feel the love, and it makes them, sparkle from within. It helps with the inner
Mm,
peace, and it's just a tool,
yeah.
but it makes the difference.
I love that. But it is, so it's tools for transformation ultimately, and
Hmm,
making them feel like they can do what they set out to do. They can have their aspirations, and it's a reminder, it's a physical reminder of
exactly.
the intentions of love. And I think love, it does. And I love that you have love behind you. It is such a
Yay!
powerful, the irony, but it is such a tool. And I think there is a lot of love missing in the world right now. So I'm so glad you are there to share
Hmm.
love through your work and through your intentions. But I
I
think for, yes, go.
No, I was going to say, I would really say, like, it's our motto, but it's also my motto in my private life, is that I really want people to feel special. I really want them to feel good. And no matter who they are, it can be just someone we see in the street, or it might be someone we will never see again and is in the corner of the street sitting and homeless, or, but it's just to give that respect and to give that love to anyone. And I think it does make a difference. So
Yeah,
a little
100%.
bit.
Always
But
be kind. You never know what anyone else is going through, and if
yeah.
that's one thing you can give, it doesn't cost you anything. There is no reason to not be kind, I believe.
Mm.
And I suppose for those who are building their own relationship with enough, who might be watching this, in wealth or in work, what practices or perspectives have you found to be most powerful or useful for you personally?
Well, again, this to me is a motto of life. It's gratitude.
Mm,
It's like a big word, but truly what it means is
on your
to,
necklace?
yeah, you're right. I forgot. Here it
I
is.
love that.
It's so much part of my life. Um, Gratitude is what I would say my mom called when I was younger. I'm called Alice. And she used to say, Alice, you don't live in Wonderland. And I'm like, actually, I do. It's basically to find that positive side out of any situation,
Mm,
but also to find gratitude in everything you already have. And I think once you master that, I don't know if master is the right word, but once you feel comfortable with that,
mhm,
you really realize that, gosh, pinch myself just to be alive, this is truly enough. Um, Speaking of an exercise, it's something we've been doing now for at least 12 years. With my husband before we go
mm,
to bed, unless he falls asleep before me, which also happens quite often. Um, we do tell each other what are the three things we've been grateful for today.
mm,
And when the day didn't go according to plans, is when it's even more important. Or even as a relationship, of course, there are days when he drives me mad and vice versa. And we find still reason why we might be grateful for each other. It makes a big difference. And I think that sets the tone before going to sleep. And it will make our night more peaceful, or maybe it will help us to fall asleep more easily and
mm.
not to wake up with any anxious thoughts, or, like tomorrow's another day and the sun will rise again.
Yeah.
And really, gratitude, if I could encourage anyone, don't do it in the evening, do it whenever you have time. Take 2 minutes to just like stand on your own. I don't know, if you're in a busy environment, go to the toilets and sit on the lid
Yeah.
of the toilet. I know it's not
Mm.
glamorous, but at least
Doesn't
you're on your
matter.
own. Yeah, and you just like, put a timer of 3 minutes. Anyone can do it, and just think,
Mm,
what am I grateful for? And I think whenever we're going through difficult times, because it happens, and whenever we think it's finished, it happens again.
mm.
It's really something that helps a lot, I would say, for me. But hopefully it can help others. And again, when we speak of enough, it's not about to chase the next thing. It's about feeling comfortable with what we've got right now.
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. Yes, and you summarised that perfectly. Actually, that reminds me, I have been trying to get through this. Have you read this, The Tibetan Book of Living and Dying?
No,
I
but
recommend this to
tell me more
everybody.
about it.
I recommend this. Well, it's Buddhist, but it's all about being present and actually what can we learn from life and death and the spirituality side of things, which I think so often get overlooked.
Listen, I will add one more things to go a bit deeper in it.
Yeah,
Again, might not be the most common thing to hear, but
you're
a
allowed.
few months ago we were walking, and I told my partner, I was like, why don't we just live as if we're going to die in 6 months? And he was like,
Mhm.
and since then, I mean, we've always been, Epicurean and enjoying life as its fullest when we can. But I find this made a little shift in order to maybe respect the dreams of each other more.
I love that.
Because
It's so
why
true. Why wait? Why wait? Why save the best till last?
why
What?
you know
Yeah.
No, truly,
Why?
because firstly, physically, your body might not follow what you want to do.
Agreed.
Secondly, there might be another COVID by the time you can do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so why waiting? And again, it comes back to my vision of enough, which is now and what we have now. And so just leave your dads if in 6 months you have to go. Of course, no one will go. But you
But
understand what
make the
I
most
mean.
of it. Don't like, time is irreplaceable. And I think this is
Mm,
again where it's really lovely that you talk about the power of now.
mm.
And that we think we have time. And, it's like we only have sort of 80 summers in our life, you know,
Don't even go there. But it's
things like that. And it's like once you suddenly put it into perspective, it's like, do what
not
brings you joy. Do what
truly.
brings you joy. Do it with love. Do it with intention. So I guess as we close now, because I know that we could just talk about this for days, actually, together. What advice would you give to women trying to align their choices with their true sense of sufficiency and enough?
I think it's very broad to say that, but it all starts with self love. Um, it sounds as an easy answer, but it's
Mhm.
not an easy journey to get there. Um, I think once you have self love, you have a real sense of cherishing everything, but also knowing what works for you or not, and also being able to put the boundaries with that enough again.
Boundaries. I love that. You have shared so much wisdom, so much knowledge. I love all of the insights for your beautiful jewels. I don't know if you want to just show everybody again the wonderful bracelets that
Oh,
you create. Yeah, I love them. I love them. They're so
I can
joyful
show
and
what I'm wearing, but it's like
everything.
here we have this piece. You can wear it as a handpiece or as a necklace, and
Love. I
different
love them.
angles. You have the journey, the union, the artist. They all have very strong meanings. And here we have our signature
The
stud
universe.
earring and halos, and then my union earring, which you can wear either like this or as a little clip, and the anima, the wish collection. I feel like a Christmas tree now.
Yeah, wonderful. And a very happy Christmas tree. Well, thank you so much, Alice, and thank you to everybody who's tuned in, either watching us live or on repeat. If you do have any questions that you'd like to ask, feel free to reach out to Alice directly or myself. I'm very happy to pass the message on. And thank you, Alice, and we'll be doing something together very shortly, I know, in person. So watch this space. But thank you once again. Really, really grateful to have you here.
Thank you so much, Lottie. I am too. And I'm grateful to our relationship and everything you bring to everyone. You are a very special lady. Thank you.
Oh, that's very kind. Thank you so much. Right. See you all later. Have a good afternoon. Bye bye.